Hey everyone, my name is Josh and welcome back to your fourth stimulus package and news update. We have a lot of news to get into in today's video, but first, if you would like to receive 2 free stocks from Webull valued up to $2,300, make sure to claim them by clicking my link, which you will find in the description box below. Okay, so it's Friday and it could possibly be one of the biggest days in House history. That's because if everything goes as planned, House members will vote on legislation with a combined price tag of nearly $3 trillion. You heard that right, between the bipartisan infrastructure bill and the Build Back Better plan both being voted on, they may be passing $3 trillion worth of legislation. That's pretty huge. Of course, to get that done, they still have a lot of work to do. The plan right now, if they do vote and pass BIF, the bipartisan infrastructure bill, it'll immediately go to Joe Biden's desk for his signature. Of course, whether or not the vote actually happens is still completely up in the air. Remember, progressive Democrats have been completely opposed to passing BIF until they first reached an agreement on Build Back Better with Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema. And as of this morning, an agreement still has not been reached. Pretty much, they would be passing both of these bills in hopes that it puts pressure on the two senators to make a compromise. If they're able to pass both bills, including the reconciliation one, the reconciliation bill would then need a score to find out the total cost before it would then see an overhaul by various senators, including Bernie Sanders, Kyrsten Sinema, Joe Manchin, and others. More than likely, due to Joe Manchin's opposition to paid family leave, the 4 weeks that were recently re-added into the bill by Nancy Pelosi will once again be removed. Remember, whatever bill the House passes will most likely be amended in a big way in the Senate, so we will most likely see the bill change quite a bit before being sent back to the House for a final vote. The Senate parliamentarian would then need to see which components of the bill would need to be removed due to the Byrd Rule, which is a part of the reconciliation process. So, for example, parts of the bill that deal with immigration may need to be removed due to its violation of the Byrd Rule. In the past, the parliamentarian has already rejected 2 different provisions that dealt with immigration, so it won't be a shocker to see it removed once again. Speaking of immigration, this was one of the toughest issues Pelosi had to navigate around. A few progressives in the House promised to oppose the reconciliation bill until immigration-related provisions were also included. Being that, again, the Senate parliamentarian has already rejected immigration being in reconciliation on 2 different occasions, Pelosi, in an effort to appease her members, added the measure anyways. What Pelosi agreed to do was to include a provision giving legal status but not a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants who entered the United States before 2011. Again, this was added pretty much into the bill to make her progressive members happy, as it will most likely need to be removed once again once it reaches the Senate. Another representative in the House, a Democrat, Stephanie Murphy, has also vowed to not vote for the reconciliation bill until it first receives a score from the Congressional Budget Office. Being that there's almost no way that will happen before the end of today, it should be really interesting to see how she'll vote. If every single Republican votes against the reconciliation bill, which at the moment is the expectation, then Pelosi will only be able to afford 3 Democrats voting against it also. This doesn't give Pelosi much room for error. As far as drama surrounding the Build Back Better plan goes, oh, we have plenty of it. Yesterday, climate change activists heckled Joe Manchin over climate provisions he's currently opposing with chants of "We want to live," among other things. Watch. Liberals on TikTok also posted a video blocking Manchin's car from getting through, later claiming he tried to run them over.
We blockaded Joe Manchin's car, and he tried to run us over.
peaceful protesters. Joe Manchin's car slowly pressing into our peaceful protesters.
A self-proclaimed political advisor on Twitter posted, "Watch Joe Manchin drive his car into protesters who are demanding that he stop blocking climate revisions in the Build Back Better package on behalf of fossil fuel and other corporate interests." What an awful, selfish, greedy man. If anyone thinks these protests are going to change Manchin's mind on climate change, you better think again. Being that Manchin is a senator in West Virginia, which is a state dominant in the coal industry, not much is going to change. At the end of the day, West Virginians elected Manchin to do what's best for their state. They did not elect Manchin to go to Washington and then cave to progressive Democrats. As of 2019, for example, West Virginia is the second largest U.S. coal producer, and it also relies on fuel for 91% of its energy needs. The energy sector also accounts for 6% of the state's employment, which, when compared to the national average of just 2%, is triple the amount. So again, it doesn't really matter how much Manchin has harassed, his viewpoints are simply not going to change. He's the senator of West Virginia, not the senator of New York or California. So again, we have a huge day ahead. By the end of today, there's a very good chance, although not guaranteed, that the House may pass both the Build Back Better Act in addition to the infrastructure bill. By this weekend, we could see the infrastructure bill signed into law by President Joe Biden. Then, with both chambers going on recess next week, and the week of November 22nd being Thanksgiving, we should see the Senate pick up the reconciliation package by the start of December. And remember, our government will once again be running out of money on December 3rd, so lawmakers will need to get moving on that as well. With the end of the year fast approaching, Democratic lawmakers will have very little room for error. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Again, if you would like to receive a couple of free stocks from Webull, make sure to quickly claim them by clicking my link in the description box below. To receive the first stock, you will need to fully open an account. Then to receive the second free stock, which will be valued up to $2,000, you'll need to make a qualifying deposit of at least $5. And even if you aren't all that interested in investing or continuing to invest at this point in time, you can always sell the free stocks you receive and transfer that money, however much they're worth, right back to your bank account. So free stocks or free money is completely up to you. So once again, I hope everyone has a great and safe rest of their day. And again, if you did enjoy the content in today's video, you found it helpful, I would greatly appreciate if you would give this video a like, a big thumbs up. That does help out with the YouTube algorithm. And until next time, as always, I'll see you in the next video.